Hello, children. Welcome back in the history class of 6th standard. Today, we are going to continue lesson number 10, The Golden Age, Gupta Empire. In the previous class, we had discussed its chief features till progress in education. Now, students, I would like to take feedback of the previous topic through some questions. So, my first question is, what was the status of education during the Gupta period? Second question is, what were the social and economic conditions during the Gupta period? Third question is, did the Gupta rulers follow religious toleration? How? Students, I hope you all are able to answer all these questions. In today's class, we are going to read remaining chief features of the Gupta Empire, which are literature, science, and medicine. Students, have a look on the important terms related to the today's topic. First term is lexicography, compilation of dictionaries. Second, metallurgy, art of extracting metal from ore and of working in metal. Third term is casting, give shape in mold. Now students, let's start reading. Literature. The Gupta age is called the golden age of Sanskrit literature. The Gupta kings patronized Sanskrit and it became the lingua franca of India. Any person who had the knowledge of Sanskrit was held in high esteem. Students, esteem means respect, and lingua franca means a language that is adopted as a common language. So, children, the Gupta age is known as the golden age of Sanskrit literature because the Gupta kings adopted Sanskrit language as their court language. So the Sanskrit language became the common language of the Indians. Let's read further. Some of the finest dramas, plays, and poetry in Sanskrit were written in the Gupta age. The most famous poet and dramatist of this age was Kalidas, who wrote Abhigyan Shakuntalam, Raghuvansh, Meghdut, Vikramavarshiyam, and Kumar Sambhav. His poetry was famous for its grace, sentiments, and simplicity. So, children, high respect was given to the person who had the knowledge of Sanskrit during the Gupta Empire. For example, Kalidas was the most famous poet and dramatist of this age. He wrote Abhigyan Shakuntalam, Raghuvansh, Meghdut, Vikramavarshiyam, and Kumar Sambhav. His poetry was famous for its grace, means politeness, sentiments means feelings, and simplicity means simpleness. Shudrak was another great dramatist who wrote Mritkatek or The Little Clay Cart. Vishakhadat wrote Mudra Rakshas and Devi Chandraguptam. Bharvi wrote the Kiratarjuniya. Bhatti was the author of Bhatti Kavya or Ravanvad. Another famous dramatist of the Gupta Empire was Shudrak, who wrote Mritkatek or The Little Clay Cart. The another famous dramatists were Vishakhadat, Bharvi, and Bhatti. Vishakhadat wrote Mudra Rakshas and Devi Chandraguptam. Bharvi wrote Kiratarjuniya and Bhatti Kavya was written by Bhatti. Let's read further. Vishnu Sharma wrote the famous Panchtantra, that is a collection of wonderful stories with morals. The stories are based on the principles of friendship, knowledge, confidence, sincerity, and achievement of success. Panchtantra, that is a collection of wonderful stories, was written by Vishnu Sharma. The stories of this book are based on the principles of friendship, knowledge, confidence, sincerity, and achievement of success. Hari Sen wrote the famous Prashasti on Samudragupta that is found on the Allahabad pillar inscription. Some works were also done in grammar and lexicography. Panini wrote the Ashtadhyayi, a work on Sanskrit grammar. Amar Simha compiled Amrkosh, a dictionary in Sanskrit. Students, lexicography means compilation of dictionaries. Harisen was the famous court poet of Samudragupta. He wrote a Prashasti on the Allahabad pillar inscription. Some works were also done in grammar and lexicography, means collection of dictionaries. For example, Panini wrote the Ashtadhyayi, a famous work on Sanskrit grammar. Amarkosh is a dictionary of Sanskrit language compiled by Amar Simha. Now students, let's read next chief feature, science. The Gupta rulers patronized the study of almost all branches of science, particularly astronomy, mathematics and metallurgy. So students, metallurgy means art of extracting metal from ore and of working in metal. Astronomy is the branch of science which deals with the physical universe as a whole. So, the Gupta kings supported almost all branches of science. Now, students, let's read further. Astronomy. Aryabhat and Varamihir were the foremost mathematicians of the world. Aryabhat wrote the Surya Siddhant. He explained the cause of the solar and lunar eclipses. He was the first Indian astronomer to declare that the earth rotates around its axis. He was also the author of Aryabhatiam, in which he gave solutions to many problems of mathematics. So, in the Gupta Empire, there were two famous mathematicians in the world, Aryabhat and Varamihir. Aryabhat wrote the Surya Siddhant, in which he explained the reasons of the solar and lunar eclipses. Students, solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes in front of the sun, resulting in the earth falling into the shadow of the moon. Lunar eclipse is an eclipse in which the moon appears darkened as it passes into the earth's shadow. Let's read further. Varamihir wrote the Panch Siddhantika, Brihat Jatak, Laghu Jatak, and the Brihat Samhita. The Brihat Samhita is a work on astronomy, botany, natural history, and physical geography. The famous books of Varamihir were the Panch Siddhantika, Brihat Jatak, Laghu Jatak, and the Brihat Samhita. Brihat Samhita is a famous work on astronomy, botany, natural history, and physical geography. Let's read further. Mathematics. Brahmagupta was the most famous mathematician and astronomer of this age. Indians also discovered the use of zero in mathematics. They also used the numerals and decimal system. The another famous mathematician of the Gupta age was Brahmagupta. By this time, Indians also discovered the use of zero, numerals means number system, and decimal system. Decimal system is a system of measurement or currency in which the basic units are increased by 10. Next is metallurgy. The science of metallurgy reached newer heights during the Gupta age. The iron pillar at Mehrauli in Delhi is an outstanding example of craftsmanship. Its entire weight exceeds 6 tons. It was cast in the 9th century AD, and since then it has been exposed to rough weather, sun, and rain without any rust. It certifies the very depth of science and technology. The 25 meters high copper statue of the Buddha from Nalanda is the best testimony of casting copper statues. The beautifully designed gold coins of the Gupta period also point out to the advancement of metallurgy in this age. Testimony means evidence, casting means give shape in mold. Metallurgy is an art of extracting metal from ore and of working in metal. The finest example of metallurgy in the Gupta Empire is the iron pillar at Mehrauli in Delhi. It has been exposed to rough weather, sun, and rain without any rust. The another finest examples of metallurgy are the 25 meters high copper statue of Buddha in Nalanda and the beautifully designed gold coins. Now students, let's read the next chief feature, that is medicine. The greatest physician of the Gupta age was Dhanvantari. There was also development in veterinary science. Ashastra is a book that deals with the various animal diseases. Dhanvantari was the famous physician of the Gupta age. Students, veterinary science is a branch of science that deals with the various diseases of animals. Asvasistra is a book that deals with the various animal diseases. Students, our today's class is over. I hope the topic is clear to you. Now, your homework is read the lesson and revise the important terms.